And a man in Tribeca was attacked by motorcyclists back in September 2013 is speaking out publicly for the first time.
Do you remember this? This was wild. He's driving that SUV. He was surrounded by these cyclists, and they were wailing on the car. They thought that he ran over one of their bikers. He was taken out. He was assaulted. Robert Moses.
With his wife and daughter in the car.
You know, very scary. This has been ongoing ever since. Robert Moses has more. You talked to this guy?
We have not talked to him. We only heard from him at the trial yesterday. We're talking about Alexian Lien, and now two people who are accused of participating in that gang assault are now on trial. One of them is an undercover detective with the NYPD. On the first day of the trial, a prosecutor said that detective failed to act as a police officer. Now, up until now, we've only been able to imagine the fear that enveloped Alexian Lien as he tried to protect his family. Now, he has put that fear into words. Alexian Lien testified that he, his wife, and daughter were on their way to New Jersey to shop on that September Sunday in 2013. They never made it. Lien was driving this SUV and was surrounded by a gang of motorcyclists on the west side. He spoke publicly for the first time at the trial of the only two suspects who have not taken plea deals, Robert Sims and undercover detective Wojciech Braszczok. Lien admits that his wife threw a half-eaten plum and a bottle of water at the bikers out of frustration. He said he felt complete fear of my life. At one point, the bikers surrounded his SUV. I'm horrified at this point, and I recall asking my wife, what do I do? What do I do? She says, let's go. Let's go. He continued testifying, and I make a hard right because I see there's an opening, and I just go. He said he realized he hit a biker, Edwin Mises, who was severely injured. I just wanted to escape the situation, Lien testified. The bikers caught up with him on West 178th Street and beat him as his wife and daughter looked on. A judge, not a jury, is deciding the fate of Sims and the undercover detective. Lien described the nightmare he faced after the beating. He says he lost his job at Credit Suisse and has experienced psychological problems. He was asked on the stand what he would have done differently on that fateful September Sunday. He said simply, I wouldn't have left the house. Robert Sims, one of the suspects, could be heard on a videotape that prosecutors played, allegedly threatening Lien's wife before bystanders urged him to get away from her. 9 other suspects have taken plea deals. Sims and the detective are the only two facing a trial which resumes later this morning.
Let's take a look at that video one more time. Robert, thank you very much. September of 2013, this guy was surrounded. This was very dicey stuff. Now, they did think, though, that he was basically a hit-and-run motorist, right?
That he intentionally meant to hurt them. But boy, oh boy, when they started banging on the windshield and with his wife and daughter in the back seat, I mean, that was frightening stuff. And at that time, remember, everybody was so aware of these biker gangs on how they kind of take over city streets and highways.
Yeah.
We were all kind of passing on videos that we were in the middle of.
Well,